Sweetwater police say they welcome some of the panel's recommendations, but money will be a key factor as to whether or not they'll be implemented. But one thing money can't buy is your mama. She's for free and everybody knows it.
Hey, this is Mark from Misery Index and Scour, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt.
This is the Crypt from Metal-O-Mania. I got my headphones on and my dick in your cat. Let's party. It's time to metal.
On their behalf, sir, may I say this car was evil, possessed of Satan. It had to be destroyed.
Shut up!
Change from those who passed me by. They turned away, dirty homeless rap. Talking to myself in a big neck scat. Thanks. Wasn't always like this, wouldn't have it any other way. 10 years in a certain time, didn't want to be a corporate slave. Got a bad rap out on the street, they all know not to fuck with me. Don't mess around, pretend no shit. Don't got a name, they call me the Big Nick. No possessions, just my clothes. Ain't got a dime to my name. Still what I need, look carefree. Cast aside by a bunch of fakes. No problems to call my own. Take it easy, take it slow. Getting drunk, getting lit. Classic fuck up to call me the Big Nick. And let that bullshit last me high. Was looking for something that I couldn't find. I'm a crazy drunken lunatic, psychotic outcast.
How do you like that?
You guys are nutty.
I've had it with you, punk.
Beatnik Scat out of Detroit, Michigan opens up episode 207, and it's going to be a monster episode, a multi-part episode, an event, if you will. What's up, Skully? How are you tonight?
I am wonderful, thank you.
I am glad to see you.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you're doing good. And
well, I'm all doped
there.
up, so you know, there you go. I appreciate everybody reaching out and checking on me. You guys rock, you rule. As you can see, I might look a little different than I do even on the rest of the show tonight.
Yeah, you're gonna have different variations of the Crypt all throughout tonight.
That's right, man. I'm coming at you in multi-form.
It's gonna be cool.
Should be. Oh, and it's gonna be a great show.
And
I'm
not
telling
necessarily in order.
Let that Beatnik Scat be a fucking precursor in many ways. Yeah, let that be the precursor for how. Fuck yeah, and open us up, kick ass too. You know, great band. That the song is the Beatnik. The band is Beatnik Scat. The new release is the Beatnik. The Chapter 1 Trio of Torture. Again, they're out of Detroit. Okay. This just came out. Album number 3 just came out in February. So check it out. Show them love. Fuck yeah. We have played them before on the show. Very cool. Very much a fan. So I know you've had
so much going on tonight.
And, it's huge show.
Yeah, we don't even have like time to mess around.
We really don't. It's going to be ridiculous.
Stick to it tonight. We're going to... What's this show about, actually? Can we
Everything.
give them a little bit of...
Very first off, I appreciate all of you reaching out to me and giving me love, checking on my jawbone.
Yeah,
I know if you follow us on social media, you guys rock. I got a little bit of a situation I'm dealing with. Hence, I'm all jacked up on pain meds tonight for the show.
You guys do
But
rock.
yeah, you guys rock, man, for real. The amount of love that, and then people checking on me and all that. You guys are so awesome for that. I appreciate it. But it looks like I'm going to have some cadaver bone put in my face.
He's
So
being dramatic.
how metal is that?
It may have,
Maybe.
may
Yeah,
or
yeah.
may
We
not.
still
We're
got
gonna-
options to work out.
We're
so.
gonna. It depends what the biopsy comes back with, right?
Right.
So.
Right. So wish me luck on that.
Right.
But yeah, I
What
appreciate
is the thing,
yeah.
My
It's
money
eating my
is
face,
on,
dude. I got something eating my face.
Extraterrestrial. Is,
Yeah, she
what
believes
my
it's
money
alien.
Is on.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I think it is going to
Yeah,
be.
that's
so.
what she even wore a Fulminator shirt tonight to enforce, to back up her.
You guys see
we
that?
got our
Okay.
we got a good merch on tonight. Got my Anger Rot hat going on.
This
Fuck
is a badass shirt, by the
yeah.
way.
I love it.
You guys
Fulminator's
can
badass.
see-
We've had them on. You know what?
I
We've
can't
had
stand
both
up
of
'cause
these
the
bands on
dog
the
is,
show.
like literally under my feet.
We've interviewed Fulminator right here on Metal-O-Mania. We've interviewed Joe from Gamer Bomb right here on Metal-O-Mania. So get into our
Did you guys
archives.
see how quickly he changed the subject? He doesn't like to talk about the fact that he's got alien bone in him now. So
Well, later after the show, you're gonna have some alien bone in you. But anyhow, it's gonna be a good show. But yeah, we are going to be talking to Cathartic Demise tonight, you guys.
Oh shit!
Brand new album, In Absence, is coming out, and on April 9th. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be kick-ass. Looking forward to talking to those guys. We're going to talk to Ben and Angus from the band tonight here on the show. We are going to be joined for a majority of the show tonight. Matter of fact, Skully likes to leave us hanging these days, so I bring in my metal friends to fill in the gaps. And, dude, I got some great gap fillers tonight, you guys. Some really great gap fillers.
Hey! I'm carrying the bag here tonight a bit.
No,
so
you're doing good.
let's-
You'll be bringing us into our songs and all that. So I'm leaning heavily on you tonight, as a matter of fact. But big, huge love, shout out to Necrotic Nick from Thralls of Metal, to our buddy Shredlord from Thralls of Metal, and all those guys, man. I truly love them. They did a video, in fact, on YouTube where they shouted out some of the shows and things
very
that they
nice.
loved, and they gave us a huge, huge shout out that I truly appreciate, man. Very, very cool of those guys. And we're going to be talking to them all night long tonight. We're going to count down our favorite comedy movies from the 80s with those guys tonight.
There's a
So
third
excited.
member of Thralls of Metal.
Shit, I think there's 4 or 5 of them at this point,
oh,
but yeah.
okay, so sorry,
But
guys.
Jam and John is
But-
definitely going to be on the next video with us. We're
Okay.
pulling them in.
All
so.
right, good.
Yeah, much
Okay,
love
cool.
to those guys. Very cool. If you're not already following Thralls of Metal, please do. And we're going to show you why tonight because this is such a great.
They're
I
very
can't
funny,
wait to
very
share
funny
this.
guys.
Yeah, this conversation we had about 80s movies is ridiculous, and of course we overstuffed it with clips and references, and it's a lot of fun, man. Put a lot of work into it. Hope you enjoy it.
Yes, sir.
All right. And on that note, let's get into some jams and kick the show off. You ready?
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
I'm
I
ready.
thank you, Skully, by the way. I appreciate you not only doing all this, but putting up with me through this. She's been sitting at hospitals with me. She's been. I got lucky, you guys.
Well, should we tell them about
I
how
got
the
lucky.
first couple days kept you drugged up nicely?
Oh,
Maybe a
yeah.
little
She was
too
accidentally
nicely?
double dosing me, you
Yeah,
guys. I didn't even
yes.
realize.
Giving them a little extra.
Yeah, well, apparently 2 different doctors gave me prescriptions that were overlapping, and she didn't realize that, so she was just slamming
I
me with
thought
drugs.
one in my brain was like an anti-inflammatory, so I was.
I
giving
lost a
them
few days, you
a
guys.
pain pill and an antibiotic and an anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
And
And another pain
and
pill.
the nausea pill, the one that keeps you
Oh,
from
yeah,
throwing up when you
right.
take all those pain pills.
I can't take pain pills without getting sick. Yeah, they don't.
But yeah, apparently
They're
no.
not my
2
thing.
of them were pain
shit.
pills.
Yeah. No wonder. I was like, babe, I can't even concentrate. I can't get shit done.
Even on
What's
the
going
days
on?
where I just gave you an ibuprofen, I was like, you should be able to function. What's the problem?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Oh, yeah, that other thing I was giving you. Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
Whoopsie.
But I'm
So
fighting my
next
way
we'll
back,
be
you guys,
taking
man.
care of his liver.
Yeah, right. You're probably right. Fuck.
Oh, well.
Getting old and falling apart.
Well,
But
you know.
at least I got you, and at least I got you Metal-O-Maniacs out there, man, for real. You guys
Yeah.
mean the world to me. Very appreciated. Very, very appreciated. And Cathartic Demise and Thralls of Metal, and man, those, we're going to be talking to Casket Robbery soon. As a matter of fact, I have this thing lined up where we're going to be breaking down the greatest comic book villains of all time with my
cool.
buddy Justin and Kyle. Kyle from Invecta, Justin from the Scoot Scoop. Looking forward to that, man. Good stuff. We got so many great
I
things
won't
happening.
be participating in that. I don't really know.
You don't know your comics? I'm learning you.
No,
You're
no.
learning it. You're getting there.
If it was on TV, I know it maybe. But
Well, I do want to pull you in on our next Thralls of Metal thing, maybe where we talk sci-fi, and I do maybe want to pull you in on the Casket Robbery thing where we
were
talk
gonna talk
horror. so,
movies, right?
Yeah,
right.
we'll
We
get
can
you in
do
on
that.
some panels.
Yeah.
And if you're a metalhead out there and you're involved, you want to get in on one of our panels, let us know. Reach
If you
out
are
to us.
way too into something,
Yeah, hit us up. Let's do a
you
show
know, if your
about
friends are like tired of fucking hearing it
Yeah.
because they've had enough,
it. Yeah.
hit up Crypt because he'll probably want to talk to you about
I'll do a show with you about that shit. You know, it's funny because
No, and it'll be fun. funny.
It'll have fun. We interviewed Cathartic Advise, who we're going to air that tonight for everybody. But at the end of that, I mentioned, some of the ideas we're kicking around for shows. And I mentioned the comic book villain idea. And they were like, oh, my God, dude, if you don't reach out to Kyle from Infected, you have fucked up because that dude is comic book central.
Okay.
And I sent him a thing and said, hey, man, we're thinking of it. And I barely got to send the thing. 5 seconds later, he's like, I'm in, dude. Let's do it.
That's awesome.
It's going to be fun.
So, yeah, that's what
Something
we
to
need.
look forward
if you
to.
are so passionate about it that the rest of your friends are like, Jesus fucking Christ already. That's the guy we want to talk to.
You're my people.
The guy or the girl.
I'm that guy all my life, man. Right. With metal. I'm that guy with metal all my life. Dude, have you heard the third release from fucking, this band out of Alabama? Anyway. So
why don't we introduce the next 2 songs that we're going to play?
Okay, let's do it.
And then on the other side of that, we're actually going to go ahead and kick off
our countdown.
The countdown of
the best 80 comedies. 80s
comedies.
Of all time?
Of all time. We didn't choreograph that very well.
Yeah,
but
they got it. They're with us. They're following along. And man, I'm telling you, if you're metalheads and you're fucking dipshits like us and you're geeks and nerds who love your fucking pop culture shit, this is gonna be so much fun.
Well, if you were
for
alive
you,
in the 80s.
Oh yeah, you're gonna.
Or even like the 90s that just kind of stuck around. You know what I mean? You will love this. It'll be a complete.
Can't wait to share this with everybody.
Of everything great.
And I gotta say before we kick it off, though, the strength of this entire show tonight is the fact that Necrotic Nick and Shredlord did this thing with me. Truly, I couldn't have picked better guys to do this with.
Yeah, for real.
So much fun.
You guys did, either did your homework or just were that fucking knowledgeable.
They're right there nerdy with me, man. They're my kin. If we lived closer, we'd hang out every 12 minutes with each other. So, all right. Well, what do we got next music-wise?
Yeah, what you're playing, the 2 songs.
Go Ahead and Die. Actually, this Go Ahead and Die project, that is the Cavalera Brothers, man, the new side project from them. Okay. My understanding is there's going to be a full-length release for this.
Wait, this is a debut.
Oh, this is a debut, yeah. This will be a debut from this project, yeah.
Speaking of the debut game.
You're right.
Perfect time, actually.
That's right.
Go ahead and tell them.
If you're new to the show, we generally play a drinking game or a bonghead game, whatever you do. We don't judge.
You can do a fucking push-up if you want to.
If you like push-ups, do a push-up. But usually what it is every time we say the word debut, you get a drink. We play the debut drinking game every week on Metal-O-Mania.
Because we play a lot of debuts. That's
we do play
our thing.
I do like to play a debut. I get a charge out of it.
The more you drink, the funnier we are.
We're so much funnier by the end of the show if you play the game. But tonight we're going to do it a little differently. We're going to add in another word for you. We're doing an 80s retrospective show with our buddy from Thralls of Metal. So
right.
Every time you hear the word quintessential tonight.
Quintessential.
Yes. We're playing the quintessential drinking game.
Wow, okay.
Tonight for the special episode 207.
I assume that's...
Oh, we say the word a couple times.
Well, I guess so. I mean, think about it. There's
Eddie
probably
Murphy,
a lot of 80
movies
right, that follow, or I mean, that qualify as quintessential. So
For sure.
Very fucking funny.
So much fun, man. Oh, well, let's get into some music and let's get into the 80s together. You ready?
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
I'm ready.
Again, Go Ahead and Die. This is a debut, so that still counts. Drink. A Truckload Full of Bodies is the name of the song from the self-titled that's coming out on April 9th. Can't wait for this. I'm sorry, June 11th. Jesus, this comes out on June 11th. I got my notes mixed up.
Yeah.
June 11th, but it's the new release from the Cavalera Guys project, man. It's so much fun. It's going to be awesome, as you can tell. And then we're going to follow that up with some Eternal Struggle, man. Eternal Struggle's got that metallic hardcore thing that I love if you hang out with me every week. Yep. They have a song and an album called Year of the Gun. We're going to play that song for you now.
And guess what?
They're coming on the show.
It's a debut.
It is a debut. That's right. And they're going to be coming on the show, as a matter of fact. We have already booked them, lined them up to be interviewing them and talking about some metal with them. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Represented by our main man, Mario, by a matter of fact. So, doing the thing. All right, you ready?
I am ready. Let's kick these
off
twos off.
This monster episode.
I am anxious to see how you guys get this 80s countdown underway here.
Can't wait to share this. So check it out. Let's jam. Let's break things. And let's travel back in time on Metal-O-Mania.
Can we count on you?
Fellas, the frog's ass watertight.
Yes, we believe it is.
and put your hands in the air.
Okay, I don't know how well you can hear this, but my washer is making a beat. It's not just a rhythm. It's a beat. Like, how's it doing this? I want to open it up and find out, but I don't want to break the pattern at the same time.
Get the rope. There you go.
Old Jack always says, what the hell? Wow, isn't this incredible? Some higher power must really want the three of us to be together.
Well, the good keeps on getting better, man, because I'm joined by my friends. Hey, we're having such a good time lately. We got even more of Thralls of Metal to join us today, man. I'm very excited about that, brother, man. Very excited. Everybody knows Necrotic Nick because we drag him out here all the time. But introduce yourself to everybody, my friend.
I am Shredlord, and I hail from the Thralls. And yes, thank you for inviting me today, sir. Me and my Panda coffee cup are very gracious.
I'm very glad to have you, my brother. I am a big fan of you cats, man, as you know. And all of you Metal-O-Maniacs out there, if you're not already following Thralls of Metal, if you're not already subscribed to Thralls of Metal, correct that in your lives immediately, please. Come on now. No excuses. No excuses. And I'm bringing you guys in for what I didn't realize when we talked about it. We joked about doing this, and I'll let you speak in a minute, Nick, I promise. But you guys and I talked recently about doing this list that we're going to talk about today, and holy fuck, it's become the most difficult goddamn list I've ever worked on.
Wild.
You really put it to us, didn't you? Yeah, you pretty much scoured through my childhood and was like, man, I have to pick only 15 of the things that I love. And I mean, dude, like when I actually Googled the list, because I thought this was going to be easy. I was an idiot. I was wrong. Then I started Googling. I was like, oh, that movie too. Oh, shit. Damn. Yeah. So, yeah, this became brutal, but I enjoyed it.
What a nightmare, even. And, dude, honestly, even as I'm sitting here today talking to you guys, we're setting up the Zoom call, and I'm like, fuck, we forgot this, and we forgot this, and we forgot this. And
you reminded me of one. I was like, oh, that has to be on the fucking list. Damn it.
Well, and for those who are just figuring out what we're talking about, of course, we're about to break down our top 15 80s comedies of all time, baby. Yeah, I'm excited about it, man. As soon as we kind of touched on the idea, I've kind of been dancing. And like you, Nick, I thought, well, this will be easy. We'll just give me a pen and paper. I got this.
Yeah, right. Dry that one out. You can fertilize the lawn.
Yeah, so tough. So tough. So what I thought we would do then, I'll tell you what, before we even get into that, let's talk about some of the ones that we did have to make that kind of final cut for, because holy shit, man, I got a bunch of them that I can't even make me sick. You know?
Yeah. There were some, like, I couldn't make the distinction as to whether or not they were a comedy. Granted, I laughed, like, all right, Big Trouble in Little China. It is one of my favorite 80s movies across the board. It is so fucking 80s.
It is.
Like, it's ridiculous, it's over the top, but it's also kind of like action, a little bit of horror, adventure. So I left it off, and I mean, I feel bad. Or like The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. Fiercely ridiculous 80s movie. You have the main guy is a samurai scientist, secret agent, and he's an 80s rocker all at the same time. And it's Peter Weller from RoboCop. Holy shit, how much more 80s can you get? Well, you throw in Jeff Goldblum and Christopher Lloyd and John Lithgow, and there you go. It's as 80s as possible.
Fuck yeah. I love Jeff Goldblum, by the way.
Oh, dude, he's a unique creature.
All I've done is say to the world, let's go. Move. Catch me if you can. Waiter, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
There were so many. Which ones did you have, Shred, there? You're like, man, it should go on there.
You hit the nail right on the head, man. It's Big Trouble in Little China. It's easily maybe the greatest 80s movie, period, for me. Jack Burton is a hero. He should have his own day celebrated once a year in the United States.
Great.
He is an excellent role model. And, you know, what old Jack Burton says, man. I mean, what he says is the law. That, and then maybe Egg Shen.
Egg Shen rules.
Egg Shen, man. Who ended up, of course, he's the grandpa from The Three Ninjas, which I love that movie as a kid, man. All of those movies. I wanted to be a little ninja like them. I wanted my grandpa to teach me martial arts.
Fuck yeah.
I think
I want to be a little ninja, man.
James Hong just turned like 92 or something like that, and he's still doing
Still doing it, baby. Yeah.
Lopan is one of my favorite 80s villains.
He found a green-eyed Asian woman to make him live again.
Yeah, you gotta find him, man.
I love that dude, man. He made a brief appearance in that R.I.P.D. movie a couple years ago, even with.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good. Pretty unique role too. That was pretty funny.
He was an old Asian man with a banana.
Yeah, buddy. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
No.
You know, my life is. Well, anyway, something to do with a banana. I was gonna make a banana joke or two.
Yeah, we're not gonna fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Your life's all about old men and bananas.
But my old man and bananas, that's what I'm dedicated it to. That's what I do out here every week. That's
my Google search
for
history.
old men and their bananas. Shit. Well, you know, these are someone that didn't make any of our lists that do make me a little sick inside. We don't have Vacation on any of our lists.
It's true.
I love the first 3 Vacation movies, so I mean, it's hard picking a favorite. I love the original Vacation.
The original's fucking phenomenal, yeah, man. Christmas Vacation. If we were doing funny holiday movies, that would certainly be on it, you know.
Of course.
Yes.
But Chevy Chase will get his love. And in a lot of ways, this has become a list of 80s actors that we love in so many ways, really.
Yeah, I mean, it ended up like breaking it down. It's like, wow, let's see what we got here. Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, we got a lot of those.
You know, granted it was later, I guess, but some Rodney Dangerfield will get some love on here tonight. But like, what else? That one's on your. Oh, Big didn't make none of our list. You know, that's a kind of a ultimate.
I think maybe
80s.
because it had like some like really like sad parts in there too. It was like
life
the comedy
lesson.
moment. But
Right.
I mean, the comedy moments were great. I mean, The Man with One Red Shoe is a really interesting one too. The Money Pit.
Great, yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, Tom Hanks, you gotta love Tom Hanks, man.
Oh yeah.
I love old school Tom Hanks. So, all right, well, yeah, those are some of the ones. And honestly, a couple of the ones I wrote down that didn't make my list, I noticed, are on you guys' list. So we'll let you guys get to that here in just a moment. How about that? So I thought we'd start, instead of doing our customary kind of countdown style, being that we kind of have very different lists and shit, let's start by talking about some of the shit that we have individual to our own list that are not voted on by all 3 of us a little bit. I'll throw out a couple of mine, and then we'll throw out a couple of yours, and we'll go around the room. How about that?
All right.
Well, actually, you know what? One more that I'm going to mention on the just cut list, because I know that me and Nick literally just cut it moments before air, is The Golden Child.
It hurt. That one hurt. That one hurt. I saw that one in theaters. My mom took me to see that one, and that was kind of a helpful one for me getting into horror movies because they had the big, Sodom Noomspa.
My dear sweet brother Noopsy. I can see you're busy right now. Come back some other time.
I love that movie, and I mean, I was just talking to Shred about that. I was like, I mean, I don't know if I remember much. Like, don't you remember Chunky Asses?
There's a sequel to a book written called Butt Cake. Very popular at the newsstands, but this butt with cake all over it.
Yeah, I can say whatever the fuck I want. This is the dream.
Yeah.
What about Short Circuit?
Oh, Short Circuit. That's a great one, too.
Hi, your mother's a snowblower.
That's a great... Oh, that's actually what... Skully loves that movie.
Malfunction.
Well, and Skully, much like you, Mr. Shred, sir, you guys are too young to know this much about 80s movies, but I love you for it. I'm just telling you. Hey, it's a sign of fucking wisdom, if you ask me, goddammit.
Thank you.
Taste. Good taste.
Well, all right. Well, let's kick it off then. The very first movie we're going to bring up on our countdown of sorts of the greatest 80s comedies of all time. One that I have on my list that is not on you guys' list is my first mention of Rodney Dangerfield for the night, baby. Back to School, 1986.
Rodney Dangerfield's going back to school.
That's what I call marine biology. Hey, boys, here's a couple of pens in case you learn how to write, okay? When I used to dream about going to college, this is the way I always pictured it.
Wait a minute, when did you dream about going to college?
When I used to fall asleep in high school. A little something for the kids, okay? Take that, it's okay, huh?
I don't have any kids.
No, because we're here. Get yourself some kids. We're here. Take it all right?
Say when.
Right after this drink.
Rodney Dangerfield, back to school.
Baby, come on, I'll work it all out.
Ah, yes.
This one was close. Actually, this was one I erased I had to replace with something else that I was more connected with. But I mean, all right, who can forget the Triple Lindsay?
The Triple Lindsay, baby.
No. And my favorite little sneak band performance, you got Oingo Boingo playing Dead Man's Party. And I fucking love that song. I mean, it's Oingo Boingo. Oingo Boingo was wild, and why can't I think of his damn name? Oh, Danny Elfman. Brilliant composer. And Danny Elfman's going to get some love here later from, I know, Shred. But yeah, that's a great movie.
It's a great movie, man.
And Burt Young's in it.
Yep.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Burt Young, dude. One of the best.
And a
Quality,
super
baby.
A super young fucking Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr. too, man, with his blue hair. Yeah.
Hey, folks, it's on me. Shakespeare for everyone, okay? You too, honey. Ooh, I'd like to tame your shrew.
The rapid fire delivery back then.
Fuck y'all, dude. And I worship at the altar of Rodney Dangerfield, man. I always have, I always will. I fucking...
My 5-5s.
Oh, fucking... And I got some more love for Rodney Dangerfield coming up a few times on our list throughout the show tonight, so...
Ooh.
Yeah, man. More Rodney coming at you, but Back to School, 1986, yeah, dude. Oh, all right, well, another one on my list, I'm going to go to 1985. And this one is kind of an 80s classic in a lot of ways, but The Breakfast Club, man, I had to have it on my list. I just had to.
A brain, a beauty, a jock, a rebel, and a recluse.
Can't believe this is really happening to me.
Before this day is over, they'll break the rules.
Chicks cannot hold their smoke. That's what it is.
The Breakfast Club.
That one, I mean, honestly, like that was one of those, much like Big Trouble in Little China. Like, all right, is this an 80s comedy or is this just a flat out 80s movie? I will argue it is essential watching. If you're going to watch 80s movies, you have to at least watch Breakfast Club as far as like the John Hughes stuff. I mean, 16 Candles is pretty goddamn good too.
Yeah.
And I hate romantic comedies, but I still like that movie.
See, they were such a... Go ahead, give it to me. Yeah, Judd Nelson, amazing.
I mean, he gave me the term hot beefy injection.
Level with me. Do you slip her the hot beef injection?
Go to hell!
Enough! Hey, what's going on in there?
And I'm forever grateful.
As we all should be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I agree with Nick here. It's just more of an 80s overall movie than just a straight comedy.
I mean, he posed some very interesting questions, like a man with elephantitis of the balls. Do you think his balls have to ride shotgun?
Although you probably have to ride in the back seat because his nuts would ride shotgun.
It's good stuff. Well, and let's see, for guys my age, man, we were in love with Molly Ringwald at the time. Everybody in America wanted to fucking throw stones at that. You know, they're rewriting history. John Hughes gets a lot of shit in the rewritten 2020 look backwards, which is such bullshit. The dude was amazing. These were quintessential statements on the times. Everybody he put out there.
He connected with the generation. I mean, he really did. Like, you know, like he got the whole 80s feel, and essentially, like, this is what all groups of kids are going through. You get your outcasts, your jocks, you know, the nerds, the
burnout.
And, you know, I mean, fucking Breakfast Club really embodied that.
Right on.
I mean,
yeah.
We'd all be pretty much, you know, Judd Nelson's character.
I was going to say, yeah, I think I basically was Judd Nelson for about 3 years of my life. So, yeah.
I mean, he was the one I related with the most. I was like, yeah, no, he's pissed off. I'm pissed off. Cool.
Fuck yeah. And, dude, you know, they tackled some heady issues back then, and they always snuck in stuff like that. And it's funny to me to look back on a lot of 80s movies that you don't realize looking back, but I mean, he got into the cigar burns from his dad shit. I mean, it tackled some issues in there. The pressures of school, you know what I mean, of growing up and the peer pressure stuff. It got a lot of that covered.
He was deep. I mean, he touched a lot of bases, and like there was always it wasn't just a shallow comedy. There was always like some human elements there. You wanted to make sure characters were developed, and that's probably why his films are fucking timeless.
Timeless, yeah. And I've always loved Ali Sheedy too. I gotta throw that in there. So
yeah, when she cut her bangs off, oh, there's your face.
Yeah,
she was kind of like a human dust bunny there for a minute.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong. That was kind of that scene has now been stolen a zillion times, where the ugly duckling turned pretty with a little bit of makeup thing. But that was that movie, right? I mean, am I wrong, or was that kind of?
I think that was pretty much it's an old trope. It's been repeated so many. I mean, like it's essentially My Fair Lady too.
Yeah.
I mean,
so.
yeah,
it's that was the reimagining of it for the '80s, I guess.
There you go. You just cut her bangs and make her wear a sweater that fits.
Might seem crazy, but you're just gonna have to trust me. That's it. I did it. I'm a miracle worker.
Right. And now we all want to bang the dandruff girl. So,
I mean, as long as she washes her hair.
There you go. Right. Just stay away from the hair. That's all. All right. Well, I got another one on my list that's on my list alone here. The Goonies, man. 1985, The Goonies. The Young Misfits called The Goonies, baby.
They call themselves the Goonies. They've stumbled onto a legend, but they're not alone.
Trunk, I hope that was your stomach. No. That's the it. Sounds like Kong.
Discover what they uncover.
Rubies and emeralds and diamonds.
The Lost Map.
Whoa! There's the start of the tunnel.
A Richard Donner film.
Joe, I'm going to take this one. I'll let you take the lead on this one.
This one hurts to leave off the list. The truffle shuffle, the upside down penis on the statue, the young Corey Feldman talking about locking up the house cleaner in the sex dungeon.
That was the best part. I love it.
Oh my God. This movie's awesome, but it also has so many other really, really, really cool elements. Oh, and before I forget, I think maybe my favorite scene is when they get Chunk to confess to puking over the balcony at the movie theaters.
Then this was horrible. All the people started getting sick and throwing up all over each other. I never felt so bad in my entire life.
Man, they're gonna like this kid, man.
I think the first time I saw that, I almost peed my pants, man. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, dude.
So many other elements to this movie. It's one of the best kids movies ever. The '80s. You know, it's got the adventure. And if you were a kid who was kind of a teenager, you thought those girls were hot. What's her name?
Right. Oh man, yeah, you were so in love with them, man. Well, dude, you think about it, that movie had everybody. It had Corey Feldman, Sean Astin, who would go on to do every fucking thing in the world. It had Josh Brolin.
Dude, Josh Brolin's the mainstay.
Yeah, so young and shit.
Making him ride the fucking kid's bike. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just taking this. Like, dude, I love that. Like, my tires! I love that movie. Is again like it's essential 80s watching. I would even say, like, listen, if maybe you got freaked out when the dude's heart got ripped out in Temple of Doom. This is kind of like that Indiana Jones feel, except you can connect with them because they're kids rather than, 1940s archaeologists.
So true, man. That's so great put, actually, man. That was a Indiana Jones for kids. What a fucking.
It really was, and I mean, it's a fun movie. Like watching both of the Fratellis get their nuts destroyed on that log. I fucking giggled. Like, are you all right? No,
shoes!
Sweetheart, are you okay?
Not just one of the best movies of the 80s, but one of the best movies ever. Goddamn.
Oh, yeah. I love that movie.
Gotta love it.
Hollywood never remake that. I swear to fucking.
Oh, good Lord. Don't say it. You just said it out loud. What are you doing?
You son of a bitch! Take it back! Take that back!
They'll probably do it anyway.
That's going to happen now. Yeah, you can forget it. That's happening, man. Fuck. The only good remake that's ever, in my opinion, was Debbie Does Dallas, but that's a whole different show. So
perhaps a couple more viewings, and I'll really make an educated opinion.
Yeah. Oh, hey, every one of them is worth watching, in my opinion. So hey, you want to talk about up and coming starlets? Okay, that's it. We'll come back and do it. We've joked about it before, but I'm not kidding. We're going to do a best porn star show at some point. But anyway.
Of course, Crypt is already planning another countdown show, and of course, it has something to do with porn. But anyway, back to the metal. I got two more for you guys right now. The first one is Wartooth. They have a song called Wired to Die off of their album called Programmed Dichotomy. They are an Australian band, and this is their debut full-length album. So drink up. Then we're going to follow that up with a single from a band called Rehabilitator. These guys are from the Ukraine, and they are a pretty cool new thrash band that I think you guys should check out. So check out their single, and then after that, check out their band pages, and make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Support the scene.
Don't be mean. We don't have to be mean. Because remember, no matter where you go, there you are.
Hey, Dixon, I saw your wife on television, too. Yeah? Yeah, she sure is an ugly bitch. Thanks.
What the hell?
Last week I made love to an inflatable girl. Now I got an inflatable guy looking for me. I tell you, I don't know who to believe anymore. They say love thy neighbors thyself. What am I supposed to do? Jerk him off too?
Power to the people! Walk off your jobs! Turn off your machines! Workers unite! No one can change your life. No one knows what is black and white. People just follow their past. Each one of them is right. Someone wants you to die. Someone wants to be by your side. Who will be there with you? Only you can decide. Break the obstacles they make. Drag and reach the goals you like. Yeah. They try to manipulate you, but your life is all in your hands. They try to demotivate you, but your decision still stands. The man can bring you straight. You have your rules and you go your way. Just walking step by step. You'll reach your goal one day. Nobody knows what's good. People should know that things they should. Living created gold of profit, fashion and food. Fake is not the need to take. Fuck and reach the goals you like. Yeah. But still they try to manipulate you. But your life is all in your hands. They try to demotivate you, but your decision still stands. Sometimes it's got to brace. And you're so sick of this. Sometimes it's like disease. But don't give up, please.
Like the song says, it's a scientific lifestyle.
Good afternoon.
I don't know that
one.
All right, I got another one from my list. I'm sorry, we're featuring heavily. I guess I should tell people. We're featuring heavily from my list early here because I seem to be out on the branch a little bit on some of these by myself. Which I get, man. It's just such a tough list to make, you know. If the list was 30, we'd have even more crossover, so. Well, I got to bring it up, man. Speaking of old Corey Feldman, The Burbs, baby, 1989. It just barely makes it in the 80s, but The Burbs, I watch this movie still all the fucking time. I can't lie.
Welcome to Mayfield Place. A typical street in the burbs.
Morning, Walter.
where nothing much ever happened.
Walter's dog just took a dump on Rumsfeld's lawn again.
Until the Klopeks moved in. But now,
Carol!
you wouldn't want to visit there.
Ray, this is Walter.
The Burbs.
I hit the gas line, I'd run!
God, I love this street. Tom Hanks.
I think we are overreacting.
No. The Burbs. It's one hell of a neighborhood.
Hey, honey, I think we should move.
Joe Dante is one of my favorite directors of the 80s. He did Gremlins, he did Explorers, which is an underrated gem, and of course, The Howling, one of my favorite werewolf movies ever. But this movie was so goddamn good. I love that they kind of took the whole paranoid, nosy neighbor thing and then kind of added like a splash of horror to it. And again, like I wanted to say, like, is this a flat-out comedy or is this kind of horror? It's like when they call it a dark comedy, and it's great. Right. It's Rick Dukeman.
Rick Dukeman was great. I loved his stand-up. He was great.
And what is this game, Keno? Gambling for people who have lost the will to live? No, this is the game. You mark some numbers on a card, you give them your money, then they tell you if you won or not. No, you lost. But hey, play again. Maybe your luck will change.
Oh my God. I mean, I got to see him in plenty of other 80s movies too. Like he was really good. Bruce Dern.
Bruce Dern, yeah.
His wife is actually the voice of Stan's wife in American Dad.
Yes.
And yeah, fucking Corey Feldman oogling her ass all the time. I was like,
and amazing ass, let's be honest.
It was some great real estate on that property.
Yes, there was, my friend.
I love that movie though, hands down. It's great. It's, you know, I don't know, it's well written, it's well paced, and you just get into it.
Yeah, and we haven't even mentioned that Princess Leia was a housewife in the fucking thing. So,
God,
you know,
Leia.
Yeah, dude.
Easy.
I had it bad for Carrie
I
Fisher
have some
myself,
love for her later.
Yeah, I had it bad for her myself, my friend. Her and you guys have another movie on your list that has my all-time 80s love, so we'll get to that. I literally have permission, but from Skully if I ever get a chance. But we'll talk about that later. Okay, what else? All right, well, let's do one more off my list, and then we'll kick into some of you guys that you had by yourself. And I'm going to throw a little bit more Rodney Dangerfield love at you, man, with 1983's Easy Money.
Monty Capoletti is just a regular guy.
It's Mother.
Leave him, dear. Just simply walk out on him. His entire body is bloodshot. He'll never change.
She says I drink too much, I smoke too much, I gamble. I got no,
Class. You're an ecological menace.
Yeah, well, you were the inspiration for twin beds.
He respects his friends as much as they deserve.
Sweetheart, watch out for this guy. He'll buy you a bottle of beer and squeeze the schlitz out of you, know?
He was cruising down the highway of life when his luck took a turn for the better.
To my beloved daughter, Rose, I bequeath $10 million if her husband, Monty, can reform himself in 1 year.
It's easy money.
A younger Joe Pesci. People may not remember. Joe Pesci was his buddy in that movie. And people who don't remember, to inherit his mother-in-law's money, remember, he had to, basically he was a drunk, he was a druggie, he was a fucking gambler, he was a, piece of shit. In other words, I loved him, he was me. And and his mother-in-law was very rich. He married a rich daughter, basically, but the mother-in-law died and left in the will that he had to quit all this shit if he wanted the money. So the movie's about him trying to get his shit together and fucking inherit this money. And dude, the scenes with him and Joe Pesci are goddamn gold. Every single one of them, man.
What's so funny? Everything's funny to you. He laughs and laughs. Watch the road, will you? Watch the road.
I lost my joy. Where's my joy?
The toilet scene where they got the plumber truck. So good. I'm sorry. Good.
Oh no, I vaguely remember this one. I know I've seen it because I was obsessed with Rodney Dangerfield because I like one-liners, and we'll probably get to a lot of my favorites in terms of one-liners on here. But this is one I don't remember as vividly, especially as Back to School. Back to School I watched a ton.
I'm so bad, I should be in detention.
Joe, what you got on this one?
I don't remember this movie, but I've definitely heard of it. I don't think I've ever watched it, to be honest.
Oh, well then,
I'm gonna write it down and watch it.
Please do, man. Again, Joe Pesci, his daughter's a mess. The whole thing is great, man. The scene where he's peeking over at the neighbor who's suntanning next door. Dude, so great, so great. Funny fucking movie. Funny fucking movie. All right, well, let's do a couple of you guys' movies that you have on your island list, man. Which one of you wants to go first?
Joe, I'll let you go ahead.
All right, sir. So I think it is a crime that none of you had this movie on your list, but I'm going to go ahead and say this is Spinal Tap.
This is the loudest, rock and roll, most explosive band in heavy metal history. This is Spinal Tap, the funniest movie ever made about rock and roll.
We've got, armadillos on our trousers. I mean, it's really quite frightening. No, don't. I was just pointing at it. Well, don't point.
I'm sure I'd feel much worse if I weren't under such heavy sedation.
The cult phenomenon. This is Spinal Tap.
And you are right, sir. I mean, I can't lie to you that you are right. It is criminal.
I mean, it set the stage for the mockumentary, and it's metal, and I feel like a piece of shit now. Thanks, man.
I know, me too, man. We did a metal show about 80s comedies and the goddamn young guy has fucking Spinal Tap on his list. We suck, Nick.
It's such a fine line between stupid and clever. Yeah,
it's just a little turnabout.
I love
Big Bottom. Talk about mud flaps. She's got them. I love that movie. I can still watch it at any given point. I mean, the album titles alone: Intravenous de Milo, Shit Sandwich, or no, Shark Sandwich.
Shark Sandwich.
One just said Shit Sandwich. All the different drummers that met their unfortunate demise.
Yes.
Rip Stumpy Joe.
Not to mention Lenny from Lenny and Squiggy. I mean, goddamn,
dude. Or this is the saddest song. It's in the key of D minor. Oh, what's it called? Lick My Love Pump.
Well, this piece is called Lick My Love Pump.
And of course, Amp's going to 11. I mean,
it's very, very special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11,
the
and then
amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's one louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
That's become like one of the biggest pop culture references, I think, in metal in general. I mean,
insanely quotable movie, man. Insanely quotable.
Brilliant.
It really puts perspective on things, though, doesn't it?
Not too much. There's too much fucking perspective now.
Yeah.
So the fact that a lot of it was that mockumentary style, and I think a fair amount of it was like improv. Like there's like, no, just say whatever stupid, ridiculous thing you can. And I mean, all three of them: Harry Schreier, Nicholas Guest, and
Christopher Guest.
Christopher Guest. There we go. Christopher Guest and
come on, Best in Show.
I know that's also them.
The mother from Beetlejuice. What's her name?
Michael McKean.
Michael McKean. Yes.
There it is.
Yes, there it is.
Yes, sir.
And what's the mother from Beetlejuice? She's a part of that group generally too.
Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah, there you go,
Yep.
Catherine O'Hara. Yeah. Who's brilliant, by the way. I love her and everything I've ever seen.
Oh my God, she's hilarious.
Yeah.
SCTV alum.
Oh,
I mean,
there you go. Right.
Yeah,
That whole group. You know, the movies they still make, like The Best in Show and all them shits are so fucking funny, man. So good.
I mean, the Schitt's Creek stuff.
Fucking
hilarious.
Right. Yeah. Good shit.
It's Creek is funny as hell.
Dude.
Very well written.
Dude, I guess, Eugene Levy is not the only funny one in his family because his son's fucking hilarious.
No doubt, dude. But although I will say, Eugene Levy is a goddamn god, man. He is a god.
He is.
I love that dude with all my guts.
The dad from American Pie will never leave me.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah. And in so many movies that almost made my list, like Armed and Dangerous, I had to cut from my list. That was a great movie.
Shit, I didn't think of that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have made it, though.
I went and saw that at the movie theater, too. John Candy, who I know we will talk a little bit about. And we talked a little before we started recording, but this in very many ways is our love letter to 80s comedy actors and actresses tonight is what we're doing, basically. So Good stuff. All right. What else you got there, brother? What else you got, Joe?
Let's run it down. Another, I understand why this maybe didn't make your guys' list, because in the grand scheme of things, it probably wasn't as successful commercially, but Weird Al Yankovic's UHF movie is insanely hilarious to me, and I am a big Weird Al fan from an early age, and this movie was comic gold to me.
Channel 62 has the lowest ratings in the history of television. What they need is a new station manager.
No, not him. Forget it. No way.
A man of action. A man of courage. The man so desperate, he'll put anyone on the air.
Hey, Stanley.
Yeah, George?
How would you like your own TV show?
Okay. You get the drink from the fire hose! Okay, you ready? Yeah! Open wide!
He starts where the others stop.
We're the #1 station in town.
Weird Al Yankovic in UHF, the movie.
It was close. I just couldn't think of anything else to scratch off here. I literally, the only movie I think I rented more as a child than UHF was probably Disney's The Black Hole, which is an obscure deep cut too. That movie is priceless. I used to watch fucking Al TV all the time on MTV and just his videos, and that is just like, again, one of those perfect little pop culture fucking nods, like all of his dream sequences and everything, and just coupled with the fact that it's an awesome movie. It's hilarious. There's a lot of good fucking music in it, and yeah, I adore that movie.
Phenomenal music.
We got to move to Beverly Hills, that is.
I am going to go on record. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Weird Al is a fucking genius.
Yes.
He's a national treasure.
Yes, he is.
I think he would be the most perfect choice in the history of mankind to do a goddamn Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh my God.
I've been pushing for it forever. Think about he could literally do a bunch of the most recent pop culture songs, all of them, and have fun with it. You know what I mean? He's the consummate fucking entertainer. He just is.
I would actually watch a Super Bowl halftime show.
Right, dude, certain people were put on this earth to entertain the rest of us.
Yeah.
And Weird Al is one of those people, man. I've loved him all my life. I literally remember being a young kid hearing the Dr. Demento, my first ever exposure. Dr. Demento, man. Yes, sir. I was a young dude. I had the fucking Dr. Demento records, the little fucking 45s and shit. And they featured a lot of early Weird Al stuff, you know. And then, you know, back in the day, another one, Rides the Bus, and all that super early crazy stuff, man. I was like, this shit is great.
Look out! Another one rides the bus.
I love Weird Al.
We should start a petition.
Dude, I actually
start a petition.
I have made a meme that's going around social media that's hashtag Weird Al next year with the Super Bowl, him holding the Super Bowl trophy. That, if you see that going around, I made that shit myself because that needs to happen.
We need to start a petition. We need to start it on like change.org, start promoting it in the videos, and try to push this thing as viral as possible.
Dude, anything I can do to help, let's do it. In fact, dude, I love you 10 times more than I did an hour ago just because you gave me an excuse to talk about Weird Al Yankovic, man, and I love you for that. That's great stuff.
Oh, the 80s were wonderful.
God damn it, what I wouldn't give, brother.
What I wouldn't give.
What I wouldn't give, man.
No! My precious youth!
All right, what else you got, Joe? You got any other island picks?
I do. I think this was one of the ones you guys cut. I think you'll tell me here shortly. Beetlejuice.
Adam and Barbara are recently deceased. They were happy to haunt in peace until the new residents moved in. To rid themselves of these pesky pests, they call on the ghost world's leading bioexorcist.
Showtime. Attention, keyboard shoppers.
I want Beetlejuice out of the picture.
You guys really are dead.
Let now the dead, shall we, come alive.
is why I won't do 2 shows a night anymore, babe. I won't.
That's a great comedy.
See, that was one of those, again, that was on that cusp. Like, is it an 80s comedy or is it an 80s movie? Regardless, I love it. I mean, the early Tim Burton stuff, Tim Burton ruled my childhood. Beetlejuice, and of course, the 89 Batman, which still might be my favorite Batman.
Might be mine too.
But it's absolutely hilarious. I love stop motion effects, and there were loads of it in there, and I'm a huge sucker for all things Ray Harryhausen. Ray Harryhausen fucking ruled, and it has those effects, but it also just has all the weird shit you see in Tim Burton. Like, I think this is where his like style really just kind of came to life, and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. And Michael Keaton fucking rules in it.
So rules in it.
Oh.
I love Michael Keaton and everything, man.
I mean, he's a great actor. I mean, he's
Best
pretty much
Batman.
Everman. Yeah.
Best Batman.
Our list doesn't have Mr. Mom, which it could. Our list doesn't have Night Shift, which it could. But, you know, Michael Keaton's great. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and that brings me back to who I do. I have a standing permission from Skully. If I ever get a chance at Winona Ryder, I have permission, man, because
that's very nice of her and very understanding, because Winona is beautiful.
Yeah.
I've loved her all my life, sir. In fact, I give her credit, and no one's yet to make a successful argument against me on this, but I give Winona Ryder credit for the entire goth emo look thing. I do. I think she initiated it. She started it. It came from her.
Maybe Robert Smith.
They're parallel.
That's both for men and women.
That's pretty parallel, you know. That happened around the same time, and she was certainly a part of the Cure movement, if you will, with Reality Bites and all that stuff. But
I think she was the one that, I mean, honestly, kind of pioneered that whole the creepy it girl, like, you know, what's her name? Fucking Christina Ricci kind of fucking took that one and rolled with it too. And she was kind of really like that first one where like, I mean, she's hot, but she's a little spooky and weird, but
God damn it, that's hotter.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's my type already. Like, yeah. She's like damaged too. I mean, let's do it.
Dear Diary, my teen angst bullshit has a body count.
Yeah, brother. God damn it. Give me a damaged girl. Holy shit. Anyway, I say that because I'm damaged, not a knock.
No, same here.
It's because we're all damaged, you know. I don't know how to relate with somebody who's not damaged at all, you know. I wouldn't know how to talk to her.
Yeah.
So, but great pick, Shred. Great pick, man. Beetlejuice is literally, if I had a nickel for every time I've seen that movie, I'd have a whole shitload of nickels. So, there you go.
Yep.
Do you have any other? Those were your 4 island picks?
Well, I got one more.
Oh, yeah, give it to me. What you got, brother?
The very last one is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
2 epic airheads. Keanu Reeves.
Those are historical babes.
Alex Winter.
It's a history report, not a babe report.
Napoleon.
Ziggy Biggy.
Genghis Khan. Sigmund Freud.
How's it going, Fruit Dude?
Socrates. And Abraham Lincoln.
Party on, dude! If you guys are really us, what number are we thinking of? 69, dudes!
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
It was close.
Hilarious George Carlin. You've got tons of heavy metal and rock references, and you have just these 2 burnt out, hilarious stoner kids.
I mean, the world officially knew who Keanu Reeves was. Whoa. But we love Keanu. And Keanu's awesome. He's generally just an awesome human being. But yeah, I mean, this one I actually saw in theaters too. And I remember there was actually, unfortunately, a poorly animated series that came out after this because they marketed the shit out of this.
Yes, they did, man. How funny too. Some stoner metal guys they did. You know, it's funny to look back on.
Wild Stallions. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, Alex Winter did some cool stuff afterward. I don't know if anyone saw the 90s movie Freaked. I actually own that movie. It's fucking weird. But yeah, it's an odd movie. Honestly, there's part of me that likes Bogus Journey a little bit more. But this is an 80s list. That was a 90s movie.
I love it. Dude, first of all, having George Carlin in it, you know, he's a god.
Instant cred.
Yeah, for sure. If you are a regular to watching Metal-O-Mania out there, every week we open and close every song with a picture title page that's got the name of the, you know, the song, the band, and the thing. And I like to put little goofy movie quotes there, so it's not just silent. There's easily no movie we've stolen more quotes from and used more quotes from than Bill and Ted. There's just that, and maybe Fast Times are probably running neck and neck. But man, yeah, that's such a quotable movie, especially for a metal show. To be honest, I mean, fits like a glove, brother.
Like a glove.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden. Excellent.
Excellent. These are heavy. Yeah, heavy metal. And of course, we, you know, I have not watched the new one yet. I got to be honest. Have you guys watched the newest one?
I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it either. I feel terrible.
I should. Yeah, my intention is to do so. I'd like to watch the first two again and then watch the new one, honestly. So,
dude, the second one holds up remarkably well. I think it's a bit better movie. And plus, you had William Sadler as Death, and he was awesome in it.
Awesome. Yeah, he really was fantastic.
Which I think he returns in the new one too.
Yep.
If only Carlin could, goddammit.
I know.
But yeah, those are great, man. Those are great. That if our list was a little longer, they'd all be featured on my list, man. You know.
Oh.
So, good stuff, man. Well, I'm gonna shift my gaze to you, Mr. Nick.
The Eye of Sauron now turns to
Necrotic Nick.
All right, well, a couple of these are closely related because they involve the same actor, but I'm going to start off with one. Real Genius.
Welcome to Pacific Tech Smart People on Ice. What's all this supposed to be?
This is ice. This is what happens to water when it gets too cold. This is Ken. This is what happens to people when they get too sexually frustrated. I'm Chris Knight.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Look, it's about our deal. To graduate, you need my course, dear boy.
I have advanced your project more than any 3 students on campus. What exactly do you want?
I want 5 megawatts by mid-May. So from now on, you and Mitch are going to spend every waking moment in the lab.
This was one of Val Kilmer's early movies in terms of like the world getting used to him, not like as the dramatic actor as he become.
Right.
But as a comedic actor. And this movie is, again, like quintessential 80s watching. There's sort of like a, you know, fuck big tech and the war and shit like that. You know, brilliant minds that are just absolutely goofy. Awesome one-liners across the board.
So listen, if there's ever anything I can do for you, or more to the point, to you, you let me know, okay?
Can you hammer a 6-inch spike through a board with your penis?
Not right now.
A girl's gotta have her standards.
The guy was using, what, like frozen chunks of something to fucking trick a machine for quarters and shit. Oh my God, dude. It's an absolutely hilarious movie. Underrated. I don't think many people actually, you know, really know much about this. I know the other star, the kid that was the sort of the main star in there, became like a big name in, like, I don't know, like heartthrob movies or something.
Right. Yeah, I can't remember.
Tiger Beat made the cover. Who gives a fuck? But Real Genius, great movie. It's just kind of weird, and I don't know, like, there's a whole series of movies that were just kind of like that, like My Science Project, if anyone remembers that one. I do.
Movie.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Yes. God damn it, man. I love that movie, dude.
Yeah.
And
I've never seen it.
Dude, it's great. It's great, man. I mean, you have William Atherton in there. Walter Peck being an absolute prick, which he was great at playing.
Fucking fantastic. Yeah. Oh, the popcorn scene is it's the first thing that comes to my mind, honestly, when you say that movie. But
military laser and a ridiculously huge bag of popcorn.
Fuck yeah, and fantastic. Great, one of the greatest scenes of the 80s even.
Absolutely.
And Val Kilmer, it's funny, right, he does become quite a dramatic actor, but we knew him for comedy in the early 80s, man, you know?
And the other one I had ties right into that, which is Top Secret.
Look, I'm not the first guy who fell in love with a girl he met in a restaurant who then turned out to be the daughter of a kidnapped scientist, only to lose her to a childhood lover who she'd last seen on a deserted island and who turned out 15 years later to be the leader of the French underground.
I know it. It all sounds like some bad movie.
Got a girl named Daisy. She almost drives me crazy. Got a girl named Daisy. She almost drives me crazy. She rocked me to the east, she rocked me to the west, but she's the girl that I love best. So to the fruity, oh Rudy, 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 to the fruity, oh Rudy. A walk, pop, a loo, bam, a lot, bam, boom.
And this is the beginning of the Zucker love. The Zucker brothers in the 80s were absolutely brilliant. And this was their spy spoof. And oh my God, it's ridiculous. Once again, Val Kilmer, main star, he plays a pop star, and his name is Nick Rivers.
Nick Rivers, yeah.
And I mean, it's like this kind of like poking fun at all things like, you know, 50s and 40s, I guess. Like there's the song that he's known for right in the beginning is Skeet Shooting, which you have surfers with fucking shotguns shooting skeet at the same time. I mean, it's ridiculous. And of course, like all the Zucker brothers tropes, sight gags left and right, one-liners,
left and right,
cutaways, all of it's there. It's an absolutely hilarious movie. The cow suit is, it's ridiculous.
It's so good, dude.
I mean, if you've never seen this movie, this is, I mean, everyone knows Airplane and shit like that. This is on the same level, if not maybe better in some respects.
Oh, dude, no, have you seen it, Shred? Oh, these are must-see movies for you, sir.
Dude.
All right.
I will tell you, I fucking
got a list.
When I saw your two lists, there were two that made me kind of sink to my stomach that I didn't have them on my list. Spinal Tap was one, and Real Genius was another. Top Secret was another. Man, Top Secret is so. I love that fucking movie. Honestly, I've watched it recently. That's a movie that sometimes if I'm feeling kind of blue or down, I'm like, man, I'm putting on Top Secret so I can get a goofy laugh in.
It's brilliant. I mean, hell, what like they had a scene where the guy slowly rolled into a Pinto and it just exploded. Now that reference is dated now, but we knew what it meant.
But we knew it. Yeah, the guy with the big eye fucking magnifying glass and then he moves it away.
That was Peter Cushing, too. That was one of Peter Cushing's last roles.
Yes, Peter Cushing.
And the whole scene was shot in reverse because he's doing the whole book thing. It's ridiculous.
That book scene is so great, dude.
Or when she fucking sees Nick after he survives the glowing tits. It's amazing.
That is an amazing movie. I'm gonna watch that movie tonight. Goddammit.
I might watch it again too. I mean I absolutely adore that movie.
Oh, so good, man. Shred, to-do list right there, brother, for sure. And then talk to me and Nick about it on social media. Damn it.
Like, are you guys right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. How could I have been so ignorant?
No, you're just a younger dude. We ain't accusing you of nothing, but add it to your list.
Well, some of us aren't.
Oh well, all right, yeah.
Shredlord's laugh is the best, isn't it? I just love that. So anyway, that is the end of part 1, guys. Make sure you tune in for part 2 coming up next.